Hello, I am late tonight. I changed my mind about what I was going to do again at the last minute. So, yeah. Um, my name is Terry Phelps, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I live in Minnesota. And welcome to my craft room. Um, I'm hoping everything is working. I've been having a ton of problems for some reason for the last couple months. So I hope this is working. Um, but tonight I am going to show you some quick cards that I made that I think would be really awesome for Christmas or any holiday really, or if you have some kind of event. So super simple, not a lot of products, and yeah, pretty fun. So I think what I'll do is I'll show you what products that I'm gonna showcase tonight, and then I'll make the card, and then I'll show you all the alternatives and stuff that I did. So, and there's two different like types of cards that I made because I was thinking I wanted to have a simple kind of assembly line type of thing going. So I have two different ideas going. So with that, I'm going to share my desktop here. All right, so my main focus was using actually basic white note cards and envelopes. I love this idea because one, the cards are a little smaller, so and you have your envelopes and everything, and it's just, you get a pack of 20, so I can say if I need to make 60, say, Christmas cards, I know I just need about 3 of these packs, and I'm good. If you like cards a little bit bigger, you can also get the assorted Memories and Mores cards and envelopes, and that comes with 2 different sizes of cards. If you remember, Memory More has smaller and larger cards, bases. So, yeah, so you could use those as well. But I'm using the note cards and envelopes tonight. And the 2 bundles that I'm going to be using is Take a Bow. And this is the designer series paper that you can get. And it's really cool because it's just garden green, granny apple green, and real red, and just backgrounds. And for what I'm going to make tonight, this is perfect because I really want simple backgrounds. And so I thought this is perfect. And the die that goes with this is actually to be making a bow for packaging, but I really didn't buy the die for that. This is the actual die. It's one piece, and it will cut at one time 6 different strips. And you would use this to create a bow. But I used it because if you remember or have seen the catalog, the little mini catalog, they made a card using these strips, and that's basically what I wanted to use this for. So that's how I'm going to use this die tonight. The other set, and if you notice, obviously there's no stamp set or anything with this. So I thought, what do I want for my sentiments? And so I chose the Christmas labels, and that's also in the mini catalog. And these are awesome. These are a little bit smaller. They're not to scale because obviously they won't be able to fit that all in, but they're really good size. But they're just awesome. And the thing that's cool about this set is you can use them alone, obviously, in any way you want, but they also have a bundle and that they are all going to fit with these 4 labels. And there's something else that's really cool about these labels that I did not know is they're kind of three-dimensional. And I'll show you what I mean when we get into creating with it. So that's the 2 bundles that I'm going to use. And the other thing I'm using is this beautiful paper. And now this was carried over from last year. And it is the Winter Meadows 12 by 12. And it is one of my favorite papers. I absolutely love this. And I still have a lot of it left over. So I think I'm going to use a lot of these for my Christmas cards. So this is just beautiful, I think. I love the artwork. So that's one. And then you have this great like salt. It looks like well, actually they did put salt on paper, and that's what that created when it crystallized. This is one of those awesome sheets that you can cut right down the middle, and then you can just cut and you'll have fronts automatically for your cards. Well, that's gorgeous, and I love the deer. This is a great card for males, or masculine. And then this is the back side of that. This is a real pretty like berry. Is that cranberries? I don't know. And then this is another rendition of using salt on your watercolor. But they're just beautiful colors. I love these colors. This is just gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I'd give anything if I could create that. And then this is the back of that one. Here's another really pretty berry. And then this is gorgeous. And then we have these trees. Now I did just check online before I went on, and this is available. It was carried over from last year, but it is still available, but it's an online product. So if you are interested in that, you'd have to go online to get it. But that is some of the series, the designer series paper that I'm going to use tonight. And again, that is Winter Meadow 12 by 12, and the number is 162133. Gorgeous, gorgeous paper. So those are the products that I'm going to use tonight. And so what I'll do is I'm going to make one of the cards. And then I'll show you what the other cards look like. Now my goal again was to keep this simple. You know, especially if you're going to be making a lot of them, you don't want to make it too complicated. Well, you know, maybe maybe you do. I don't. So if you know me, I just finished my husband's, where he's at his treats for Halloween for all the staff, and I had to do over 100 of them, and I'm just shocked and delighted that I got them done, because that's not normally the case. It's me like till 3 in the morning the day of. So all right, so let me get down here. So this is your note card in your envelope, right? So we're just going to score that. You know, and sometimes, you know, you think, oh, you have to have a big, you know, elaborate card for Christmas or whatever. Well, you know, you can do that for some of the people that you know, or that are, you know, you want a special card for. But really, I think these are a nice size. And it's a little less space to cover, and you also, it's still a nice size, I think. So I'm going to cut my panels. So I'm going to take The background panel is going to be 3 3/8 by 4 7/8. And so I'm going to cut that. So I think this is already 3 3/8. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. All right. So I need 4 7/8. So lately I've not been able to see comments. So I know people are watching, and so thank you. And let me know if there are things not working. That would be awesome, since I don't know until I'm done, and then it's so late. The next layer that we're going to have is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4, and this is a layer that we're going to be panel that we're going to be layering on for this card anyway. So this should be 3 1/4, which it is, and then we want 4 3/4. Alrighty. So I think that's it for that. Now, this die, I can cut one of the sheets. The thing that really made me excited about this die is when you cut it, you get six strips going one time through, right? So that was really my big excitement about this, because I thought, wow, this can take out so much work. I just did my Halloween things, and I had to cut every single one of those pieces of paper. And so this just speeds things up so much. And there's different sizes, obviously, because this is supposed to be to build a bow. But that's okay. This still works using it how we're going to use it tonight. So just because it is kind of a different die, I'll just run one quick piece of paper through in case you're new to die cutting. Oh my gosh. So my husband, where he's at, COVID is going through again. It's like, so it's just constant. I swear, I'm so tired of COVID. Thank goodness, though, nobody's getting really sick, so that's awesome. So this die is going to cover your whole 6 by 6 sheet of paper. I don't know if you can see that. So it covers the whole thing. So you're not going to have a lot of waste, that's for sure. And I just want to make sure that I stay on. And because it's such a large die and it's right at the edge of the paper, I am going to adhere it. And then another fun thing about this is that it is, oops, wait, it moved. Oh, goodness. Is that you have both your, at least in this designer series paper, you have designs on both sides. If you were to use a specialty paper, that didn't have that, it wouldn't work. But I have actually 12 designs that I could work with, right? Because I've got designer series paper on both sides that has a design. So, all right, I'm going to get rid of this thing. And another thing that's kind of fun, so these just all fell right out and they're ready to go. So I can use this side or this side. So isn't that slick? I love that. Your leftover papers or scraps. So this is what I was thinking about this. You know me, I keep everything, right? And so I was thinking, wow, these are actually like a little flags. So you can keep this and maybe use it in a scrapbook page or another card. So this is really all you have left over. So you're not wasting a lot of paper. So I like that. Um, and so I did kind of do a little demonstration. So these are just leftover pieces, but right? They could be used as little flags, streamers on a card. These are leftover pieces from some of the dies that I'm going to use in one of the cards. So you can keep those, right? You can find something to do with those. Those look like music notes to me. High, kind of high heels, kind of. Whatever. It's just kind of fun. So anyway, so all right. So we've got our panels cut. We've got our card. All right. And I did two of these because I just liked the look of, since the colors in the card or the designer series paper are not, there's not that many colors. I thought, you know, I'm going to add a little more color. And because I'm using an 1/8 of an inch border, I don't like using, a lot of times I don't like using the tape runner, because it's so close to the edge, right? So I'm going to use my liquid glue. It's becoming actually more and more my glue, my go-to glue. The more I use it. So it's one quick little panel. And so this panel we're going to actually adhere to, but first we're going to do our layering. And they have an example like this in the catalog, but I put my own little spin on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape this to my grid here. I just want to kind of keep it in place a little bit. Okay, because this isn't a real even, you know, the measurement is kind of, it's not a real even amount. You have to kind of figure out where to space them. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the 1/4 inch. I'm lining it up so that I have a quarter inch on each side, and top and bottom. So I'm going to lay my first ones down. I think, just to be different, let's see what the other sides look like. Lots of red. Oh, there's a little green. So I'm going to decide which ways I want. I think I want this and this. Yeah, we'll shoot for that. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. What the heck, right? All right, and this might bother you. I know sometimes it bothers me because I cut it this way. This is the, you know, the right way that the cut went. But this is a really shallow like die, so you're not really seeing a rough edge if you flip it over and use the other side. But you know, sometimes that bothers me. So if it did, I would like sand the sides to make it more looking like it's the right side of the cut, I guess. Don't know how to say that. You know what? I don't like this on. I'm not liking that. We'll go with this one. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm going to line this up, and it is long. So I'll probably go with the shorter one. And I'm going to just line this up so that I know where to put it. And then the card that I made, I actually just put a little bit of tape here just so that, you know, I could, you know, do it that way. And then I just bent them over. I don't like how I had gaps. So I'm going to actually put these down. All right, so I'm just going to line this up. So I still got a little bit of wiggle room, but all right, and I'm going to take the next one. I'll use a little shorter one too. And I'm going to line, okay, and then I'm going to do the bottom one next, because then I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. So I'm going to go up. Can you see this? I'm going to go at the 1/4 inch at the bottom as well. So there's nothing really hard about these cards that I'm going to show you. It's just, you know, the whole, you know, I don't go all crazy on a lot of the stuff that I make when I'm showing it, because not a lot of people have everything, and you know, this idea is just to make it so that it's doable, right? You don't want 25 steps to a card if you're going to be making a lot of them. So now I'm just going to kind of put these on here and space them out. Okay, so I'm just going to... Hello, Jean. How are you? Thank you for joining. Is everything working? Oh my goodness. Jean watched last week and she was the one that was like, I can't hear you. It's like so nice to know that. Yeah, we're gonna go this way. How is everything in Ohio? I've only been to Ohio just driving through once. It was very beautiful. It was fall time. All the trees were turning. It was just gorgeous. Okay, that one is off just a smidge. All right, good enough, right? This one is not sticking at the bottom here, so I'm going to lay that down. All right. So you could do two things. You could, oh, I bet they're beautiful. So you could either cut this, or you could go around to the back and just, you know, bend them. And I kind of like that. It kind of gave it a little bit of, it was just a little thicker feeling, you know, because this will add another layer on the back. So even though I'm not going to put these up on dimensionals, which you could, I'm just going to lay this, whoops. It would help if I put some glue down, right? Yeah, I don't know. In Minnesota, we have the North Shore, which is up in the Duluth area, and it's gorgeous too. And it has some mountains. You know, they're not huge by any means, but they're, you know, they're there, right? And I don't know. It might be halfway through with its color changing by now, which, you know, makes me sad. I want to go up there. Lake Superior is up there, so it's just a beautiful, beautiful place. All right, so I'm just going to layer this, whoops, on here. And this again is just going to be a little 1/8 layer. And so that's that. All right. So using the dies, and again, I'll show those to you. You get these beautiful dies, and the thing that's about them is really cool is that they have layers. And you can't really tell that when you're looking at the dies. So when I cut them, I was pretty surprised. And I'll show you what I mean. So this is one of the dies, and if you see all the lines and everything, that's gorgeous, right? But you can actually layer, you could put, maybe not this one particular, but some of the other square ones, you could put ribbon through, or whatever, but these are layers, so you can kind of twist them and make them kind of three-dimensional. So it's really cool. It's really a different, it's kind of hard to show when it's on the camera here. So what I did when I adhered them, when I show you some of my alternatives, I liked that idea that this could be floating. So I would take and do glue on on the outline so that that's stuck really close and tight to the card. But then I would use small dimensionals, and I liked this word to be this way, so I would put a small dimensional here, and then on this word I would put a small dimensional here on the bottom. And so this would be very tight to the card, but these would pop out a little. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of what I was thinking. Um, and again, you don't have to do anything. It can be displayed, but you can see just the dimension that it has already just by, kind of manipulating the paper a little bit. So that's kind of different in these dies. So I think I'm going to put that right here, I guess. So I'm going to do that same technique. So I'm going to do glue. Ah, I'm gonna glue the edges. And actually I'm gonna glue down the center too. And I don't know if that's the way these were meant to be. It's just kind of how my brain works. So I'm going to do that same thing. Okay, and then I'm going to actually take my small dimensionals, and I'm going to raise up. Sorry, that was kind of loud, huh? I know this paper is so fun because, I don't like sometimes some of the other stuff. I mean, it's cute and everything, but sometimes I just want just a simple design. I don't want a lot of super busy stuff, I guess. I mean, this is busy paper, but it's not. So when I put this down, this part is going to get right down there on the cardstock, or on the card. Right? And then this one, these are going to pop up because I have the dimensional behind them. So I don't know if you can see that, but that's kind of the look I was going for. And I could actually, kind of manipulate it still. Isn't that kind of fun? I like that. So you have this card that was really easy to make. You just, cut your panels, which is nothing. You used one you take all four designs of your um, designer series paper, and you just run it through 4 times, and you'll have 16, no, you'll have 6 times 4, 24 strips that you can use, and they're already cut. So it's like a super fast card. And once you just kind of cut all your strips, and you stamp and cut all these, you can just sit down and just, knock these out, right? So that was the in the catalog. I think they just they didn't use colored cardstock. I don't even know if you saw any cardstock. I think it was just strictly the strips, and of course it was on a large regular size um, of a card base. And then, but they didn't have the layering, and I liked having a little bit of space in between each. I like that it gives it a little break, because it is kind of tight, it is busy paper, but it's pretty. So that was my idea on those. This is the one. Oh, and then, so of course, if you want to decorate your envelope, these strips, if you save a longer one, are actually wide enough to decorate your envelope. So let's see, should we pick this one? So if you notice, the before it starts tapering is exactly the size of your envelope. How cool is that? It's almost like they planned it. So I'm going to take, and I'm just going to go up like about an inch, a little bit, and I'm going to just glue that. First of all, do I have the right side? I do. And I thought this was just another way to use these strips, without doing anything extra. All right, so let's throw this on here. I'm old, you guys. I can't see with my glasses on. So I know that I have to go and line up the paper to where it starts tapering. So I know that's my good place to evenly center it. And then, oh, I should use that. That was pretty. Ugh. Oh, well. And look at my new scissors, actually. These are my old scissors, and I will give you one guess as who do you think got a hold of these. I set them down in my bag to go to the coffee shop for, it wasn't even a minute. I turned and looked, and guess who had these in his mouth? So I thought, okay, well, I'll this is my fix. Leo, 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 I tell you, dog. And so this, I'm just going to cut them off. So there you have a cute little set. Isn't that awesome? I love this. So this is, and so again, you have all these, and so you just grab whatever combinations you like. You can use, any combination you want, mix it up. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty versatile. So I'm going to show you some of the other, this is the other card I made. And I used the same sentiment, and I'm leaving these blank inside. One thing about note cards, and I read this somewhere or heard somewhere that a lot of people, when they buy cards, they like blank, which kind of surprised me. They like it blank inside so that they can write. So that was, I don't know, just something I thought was interesting, because I always thought, oh, you got to have something inside. I mean, I'll probably put something inside, but I was just surprised. So that's my two. So my other idea and using that wonderful designer series paper that I love and love and love, is using again the note cards and envelopes. And so I just did the same measurements. So instead of layering, but this is the same layers. So the first panel is your 3 3/8 by 4 7/8. Your designer series paper is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. Unless you want a bigger bound, you know, border, but I like the 1/8 inch. I think it's kind of elegant. Um, so yeah, so I just cut my designer series paper. Now this is another one of the dies from the Christmas labels. So that is this one here. And see, again, it has all these layers. You can put ribbon through here if you wanted. On this one, I just merely put the small dimensionals on the back of the center. I did not like actually glue the bottom part, but I did, poke my fingers in here and get these layers kind of poking up. So you can see kind of that there's layers. And then I just did the usual flap. But isn't that gorgeous? So that was Peace on Earth. And then this one I did, and this is with the trees. And I just think this is such beautiful paper. And this is such an easy combination, right? Just to use, these sentiments and dies with, the bows, the strips, and just the designer series paper. I think it's super fun. Very easy though, not stressful. This one, you could actually put ribbon all the way through. And I think I did actually glue this layer down, and then I popped the center up on with dimensionals. And this die is where all those cute little curly cues came from. You could also, if you wanted to, you could cut this die again in another color. Like I could have taken this color and cut it and then added back in those pieces into the negative. That's another way you could use that, and that would just make it pop, right? So that's super fun. That was that die. And then this one I thought this was a gorgeous card. I think it's great if you know any guys that maybe aren't married or just whatever. I just think this is a really pretty card. This is this die, and I just folded over where this slit is. I just folded it underneath, and that gave it a little bit of cushion, right? So that and then I adhered it by using the mini dimensionals, and then just stuck it on. But that's another way you can use this die. Yeah, so, and then I just did the envelope. So super fun. They're easy. I think they're gorgeous. I think that, don't let it be like, oh, they're only notes card size or whatever. But I really feel, that they're gorgeous. I think fun, easy. You don't have to have a whole bunch of products, and you can get your Christmas card stuff done, or maybe, I was thinking of doing, we have a lot of designer series paper that is scenic, that is like the fall. So, you can use all those designer series papers that are just beautiful, backgrounds and scenics, and you can make these cards. You could actually, I was going to try it, but I, of course, didn't change my mind. You could actually do the same thing with the strips, and you're just going to, either you could leave a little space in between, this design, or you could keep it all together, but, somehow it just would look different, right? So you could use that way too. So I hope you like these. These were easy, they're fun, and I just like showing easy, right? And I just think this is awesome how the strips just fit right, and you don't have to do anything extra. They're already cut for you and stuff. So um I know I was surprised by that, Jean, too. I thought, people would really love, you know, having that all written out for them. But thank you so much for watching. And Jean, you have a great rest of your week. And yeah, so if you like these ideas, let me know, share and like, because that'll be helpful to get that out there so that people can actually see them. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Um, I'd be happy to help out. And we'll see you all next week. Thank you. Bye, Jean.